Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday, the 26th of April 2023. In today's Mill news, we're going to start off with non-Mill related news, and that's that Sheffield United have been promoted to the Premier League. They guaranteed their promotion for next season's Premier League today by beating West Brom 2-0, which is kind of maybe potentially Millwall related. And we'll have a look at that now. So this is from whoscored.com. As I told you in Sunday's video, there are most of the games in hand are being played this week because this is the last time to do it. So Blackpool lost on Tuesday, West Brom lost on Wednesday. Both teams had a game in hand on us. They no longer have a game in hand of us. We play on Friday ahead of everyone else. There's a game tomorrow, but that's a relegation game. This is how the table sits now. Same as it was, except West Brom's goal difference got worse by 2. Blackburn's goal difference got worse by 1. Millwall are still in 7th place. That hasn't changed. And I'm just presenting it as a matter of fact. I expect nothing. We couldn't beat Wigan, so why should we or could we beat Blackpool? I don't know. I don't expect that we're going to win. Yeah, we are suffering massively from injury problems in the squad. We have a very small squad, so when players are missing, it severely affects us. And we're severely being affected right now. So, but we'll see. So we will almost certainly know on Friday. If we don't win on Friday, it's completely over. It's done and dusted. And then I would expect Romain Esse or other players to be starting against Blackburn. Romain Esse will probably get his first start against Blackburn if it's a game that doesn't mean anything. So that might be one to look for. I don't know, silver linings and all that. But yeah, Blackburn and West Brom lost their games in. So now you know. Now talking on that Blackpool game that I'm not very enthusiastic about. Millwall to evaluate midfield duo ahead of Blackpool clash. This is from southwarknews.co.uk. So yet more injuries. Players playing on maybe when they're not fully there, just struggling on. So if you see someone playing for Millwall and they're not doing absolute premium best that you expect from them, maybe it's because they're not fully fit and they're having to play because there are other players who are even more severely injured. So Jules Saville broke his nose in the Lions 2-1 defeat to Wigan Athletic on Saturday afternoon. Oh no, not his nose. He's such a beautiful young man. Not his nose. Gary Rowett will have to check on the fitness of Ryan Leonard and Jules Saville ahead of Ryan Leonard come back ahead of Friday's trip to Blackpool. The Lions will almost certainly need 3 points to keep their hopes of a top 6 finish alive, indeed. But we'll have to tackle the game without a number of first team players. Oh dear. George Honeyman, hamstring. Murray Wallace, quad. Charlie Cresswell, eye socket are all expected to miss the rest of the season, while Leonard's groin is still aiming to recover ahead of the final 2 games of the season. Saville is expected to be involved at Bloomfield Road despite taking a number of knocks in Mill's defeat for Wigan Athletic, and Rowett is hopeful that the rest of the squad will be fit and available as well. I'm not sure whether Lenny will be available for Blackpool or not. He hasn't trained yet, he told the News. It's probably going to be a little bit too soon. As for everyone else, I think most of the players have come through fine from the game. We've got 2 or 3 there that are carrying knocks at the moment, but at this stage of the season, there isn't anything unusual. I wouldn't imagine anyone is ruled out. Sav broke his nose. I think he got elbowed in the face. I think we've got a couple of others with little things. Fair play to Sav. He got up and he got on with it, and he to play through the rest of the game. Hopefully, that's not an issue heading into Friday night. Indeed, fair play to Sav, my player of the season. Have you voted yet? Well, you're too late because it ended at 5 p.m. today. Yeah, I was going to vote for Bradshaw, but with the goal drought that's currently ravaging the Millwall team, I decided to switch to George Saville. So there you go. Moving on to more news of who might be playing in his last 2 games. So this is also from SouthwarkNews.co.uk. Millwall attacker could return for final 2 fixtures. Tyler Berry has not started a championship game for the Lions since the end of 2022. So he hasn't played. He hasn't started the game this year. Gary Rout has said that Tyler Berry could come back into the first team squad for Millwall's final 2 fixtures. The attacker picked up a hip injury in the Lions FA Cup defeat to Sheffield United in October. Hello, what? The FA Cup game was in January because it was the 3rd round and we start in the 3rd round. We were playing in the FA Cup in October. That would be, what would that be, the 1st round? So that was January. So something's not right here. Someone didn't do their homework. However, he is now back to match fitness and ready to feature in championship games, but he has instead been playing for the under-21s in the Professional Development League. Berry started for Kevin Nugent's side in yesterday's 5-0 win against Crewe Alexandra, helping them qualify for the playoffs. Rao has since explained that Berry's absence from the bench has purely been down to the number of attackers that he has at his disposal, but the 22-year-old could come back into the squad for their games against Blackpool and Blackburn Rovers. You can only pick a balanced bench, he told Nugent. I don't think it makes sense to have 5 attackers because you're only going to put 3 or 4 of them on maximum. I think Tyler's been looking good in training, so he's certainly on that. Comes into the reckoning for the last couple of games, potentially. So, what does that mean? Who's he gonna drop for him? What more? Is he gonna drop Mason Bennett out of it? Is he gonna drop Mason Bennett? Is like the only alternative to a striker. Is he gonna drop Burke? No, who can? No, weird one, but he's one of only a few players who are very direct with the ball. He runs at the opposition. Now, if you're going to Blackpool, you're crazy bastards, but if you are, there's another problem in your way. Road closures, because of course it's bank holiday weekend. So here we go. Mill played a final away game of the 22-23 Sky Bet Championship campaign on Friday night at Blackpool, kick-off at 8 PM. Supporters driving to Bloomfield Road for the match are advised to check their journey before they set off, with the M55 eastbound motorway linking Blackpool to the M6 closing at midnight for maintenance work. The M55 westbound will close at 8 PM. So the eastbound is closing at midnight and the westbound is closing at 8 PM. Okay, why did they lead with the one that's closing after? Kind of weird. I guess because that second closure doesn't really matter because you should be at the game by then. Whereas the first closure will affect you because you'll be leaving the ground. Tickets for the trip are on sale. Yeah, we haven't sold out, surprisingly. And will remain on sale until 2 PM on Thursday, the 27th of April. Millwall TV streaming details for the match will be confirmed in due course. So this is the 2 days before the game, and they don't even know if they're going to be showing it on Millwall TV. I know it's on Sky, but I don't think they can because it's a Saturday game that's been moved to Friday. I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to show it in the UK on Millwall TV. They might. I think they're probably talking about the international situation as TV channels around the world pick it up. They're probably waiting for that, but pretty sure you won't be able to watch it on Millwall TV in the UK and Ireland because it's a Saturday game that's moved and don't let you do that. Yeah, so let's read that again. You're driving up there. So when you're leaving the M55 eastbound will be closing at midnight for maintenance work. So find another way. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.